Hi everyone, welcome to visit Fina YouTube channel. Um, so Fina is designed to help people manage finance easily and in a flexible way. So I was thinking to record a series of like how to manage money collection of videos. So where are we going to start? As for the first one, I'm thinking we start from the most important one because that's the way how Fina differentiates from other finance management tool. Fina is a modular finance tracker, which means it gives you building blocks. Think about it as a Lego system. We give you all the the elements, and you put them together. The major surface is document. So in this video, let's hands-on build some Fina blocks to track in our finance. First, I want to show you the documentation first. We have one section is called Fina blocks, and I think this is the major tutorial to gives you some highlights about for specific things how are going to do that, like step by step. But in the video, we can actually demo them. Just go through the whole process and build it up. So let's go back. Templates is another thing I think you can visit. Is basically demonstrate how blocks are built in each template, and in this template we basically just organize different metrics together so we can import them and monitor, connect your data and just keep monitoring them based on your need. Let's jump to the demo. Let's jump to the workshop. Basically, I sign in my Fina account. As you can see here, I have connected some of my bank accounts. I using Zero integration to add my house here, so we can see the real-time house value as well. These are transactions. Like I said, let's jump to the page to build Fina blocks. Here are a lot of my preset pages here. They are automatically update based on the current data update. So let's start from an empty one actually. So to demonstrate how the build works. Start from the new page. Let's give it a name. Let's just call it the Fina demo for blocks. We hide the navigation so we can have more surface. So here, as you can see here, this is basic documentation, like document. You can write whatever you like. If you're preparing this document to somebody, your client, your partner, whoever it is, you can put some message here, like writing some context, background, why do you build this, and share with them. Sharing button is very, very straightforward. I don't need to touch that, but basically you can just open it, enter people's email, or make it as public accessible, with a unique link you can share with people. First thing, we are going to exploring the menu. So as you can see here, we can do /. It gives you the context menu, what kind of Fina blocks you can add to the page. This organized in 3 different sections. First section is you can start with questions, like ask AI to let AI to figure out what the block it looks like. The second one is you starting from how the block looks like, right? So it is mainly a chart type. So you want a single number chart, you want the list view, you want the pie chart, grid, you want the time series in bar line. Some of the charts are hidden. For example, like a single number, you can change to the gauge, gauge chart as well. The next section is some pre-built scenario. So because I think this is very, very common for many, many people. So that's why we put scenario based, which has already configured some, things for you already. So you can start from this scenario, like, block, if they are very similar to what you're trying to do. For example, like average monthly expense, right? Let's try this. As you can see here, it automatically already placed this for you, and you can, change the numbers, has some interactions for you. It also has accounts. So here you can basically just select, your account list. For example, I want to focus on my, depository. So this exactly shows in the last 11 months, my average monthly expense is 3,800. So if I want to see the 6 months, it actually becomes less, which means I have less spending as time goes. Okay, this is scenario based. We can also look at some other scenario based, for example, like total expense, total income. Let's look at the total expense. Because my screen is quite small, so let me just make it full width of the document. For each block, you can, give them a more friendly name so you understand what this block is doing. For each number you see, by the way, this is like a tip. For each number you see in Fina, you can always click them. They bring the details for you. Why this number is come up with basically 1,800 is because 1, 2, 3, 4 these charges from my accounts, right? So next step, let's look at for each block what kind of. Actually, I want to make this a little bit small, so like this. So we can see here it's basically the chart type. As I said, we can freely, switch the visualization for each block. Single number to gauge chart is just one click switch. Gauge chart needs some threshold so you can compare, like usually it's tracking how far you are going to that target. So that within saying that, basically we need a threshold set up. So here you can see for this number right now is 0, but I want let's say 3,000 is my threshold for average for total expense for each month. Okay. So you can see here, it doesn't show correctly because expense is a negative value. What I want is a negative value as minus 1,000. So it makes the meaning the same. If you are doing income, you probably also pay attention to this number as well. It needs to be positive number to make them compatible. So this is the current month, my total expense gauge chart for me to get alerted if you're close to the target. Next, let's build something interesting. Let's just starting from another time series bar. So in this bar, let me see what I want to do is I want to build a metric that measure the ratio between like two different categories. For example, what categories do I have? Let me explore some categories, right? So here you can see my categories are in the expense area. I have Is this my setup actually? Let's just try to see the categories here. You can see I have some. So the data is actually everything goes to here. Then it's fun. Everything is fun. All right, it's definitely wrong. Okay, let me just categorize, fix my categorization first. For example, this is not fun. This is basically auto, and I do not have auto categories here even. So I need a different, basically different category setup. Let me just like import, like, is it a family? This family actually looks good to me, but it's just too many. Let's just see freelancer, business, maybe, yeah. Maybe I want to use cost grain. Like, I want to look at this one. Spending, saving. All right, let's see. What about the Luo? Like 50, 30. Okay, this one actually is good. I like this one. So let me just like copy this ID to, oh, actually we don't need to copy. We just, here we can just directly click it and just snapshot and import. So I want my category set up in this way. So you can see my category automatically set it up in this way. And everything should automatically auto-categorized again and show me the real numbers you can see here. So here I have a utility, I have insurance, I have phone. So yeah, so what I want to do right now, I have an idea, is basically I would like to understand what is the ratio of phone expense and utility expense. Like I want to see the percentage ratio, like how much times as time goes, month by month for the whole year. Let's do that. So this is interesting, right? So I can go back to my Fina demo to make it recognized. I want to pick an icon for it. Okay, so I want to measure the ratio between utility and phone expense. Ratio between these two, and see how it goes time by time. You can basically just like put these two numbers together side by side as time go, in a timeline, or you can just like build a ratio, like see, because for the demo purposes, I want to build a new metric which is called ratio. So the metric basically it's utility expense divided by phone expense. And let's build this metric first. Close the panel. Because I want to see the timeline, so I want to see, actually I want to start from single number for the current month for this ratio to see just how we build this ratio. To build this ratio, you can see we need a formula, right, to measure these two. So basically I want to get a metric, which is a formula metric. For the first value, I want to see is total expense of utility. Okay, so I'll do basic metric, which is total expense for category in that utility. Okay, great. So this is my first number. Let me see. This is my first number. That's A. For the current month, my utility bill is $93. And I want to see how much do I spend on phone. Basically my phone bill, right? It's actually the same thing. Actually, you can copy. I'm not sure if you have copy, like clone button. Do we don't have clone button. We should add it, right? Okay, so basically for this one we also filter by category, right? But these categories we are doing phone this time. As you can see, this is phone bill. Now it's strange why it disappeared. It must be a bug. Okay, anyways, luckily the expression is not complicated, it's always simple, right? So let's just do A divided by B, and this is 26%. It should not be dollar, instead it is a percentage. So we know my utility expense is only 26% of my phone bill for this month. Now let's just rename this. So it's utility to phone ratio. What about if I want to make it a line to show month by month? What do I do that? What do I do that? It's basically I need to change this to a timeline. So let's just make a line chart. Now as you can see, this is the current month. What about if I make it as a year? As you can see, this is the whole year. My utility expense actually is way more than a phone. So it's just like varies, right? Month by month. For current month, it's small, but actually for the whole year, it's actually not. So now you can see for the line chart, I have more options. It's basically, I already have my number, so I don't need to break it down because I just need time series to set up. So do I want a weekly view, monthly view, quarterly view, or yearly view? My current year, I want to see the monthly view because I already have like 10 months numbers to look at that. So as you can see here, the number for all the months actually is 0. Why? It is hard to understand why. So let's figure out why. Could it be some problem because the whole year actually, some of the months actually it's not like this. So let's see. Why? Why? Alright, I only have depository, which makes sense. So now I really want to put these two metrics together. So maybe it's because of numbers in some months. It's no impossible, right? So let's just like check each one by one. Let's say A, it's utility bill. We only get A. You can see that we actually has a value. So we can do the dollar here. You can see utility bill is closing every month. And let's do B. It's a simple way to debug this. Oh, so I don't have phone bill for other months. That's the reason. I only have phone bill for this month only. Problem solved. Because it's no phone value, so it's just treat them as 0. Looks like we picked the wrong categories. Let me just pick another category. Sorry about that. Yay! Transportation. What about transportation? Grocery maybe? Utility versus grocery. Alright. Grocery is empty. What about gas? Gas is empty too. What about healthcare? Oh man, I don't have anything for this. Transportation. Mortgage. Oh, I do have a lot of mortgage. Okay, let's change our definition. Clothing, drinks, restaurants. Actually, restaurant is interesting, right? Remove mortgage, restaurant. What about gym? Gym, no. Movies. Actually, let's just do flags. Flags doesn't have lots of thing. Let's do this as fixed. What else do we make them? So it's definitely not a flexed. So we need a flex remove, and this one we need to remove it to what is selected and non-selected. So here, let's just do flex width is fixed. About future, some values there. Education, not really consistent. Emergency fund. Side hustle. Freelancing. All right, I think the probably we need something to make this make it more make sense. Like here, like the data, we have lots of uncategorized stuff. That's why. Okay, so we need to categorize the transactions first. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Tesla. This is like auto. Auto is transportation. Or we can put it in the gas. Auto actually is good. Actually, transportation is good because it's related to the car. I'm going to create the rule. Everything, including Tesla, it's what? It's transportation. All right. So let's just apply. And what is this? This is like some repository. It's just some transfer. So we don't have house fund, vacation fund, none of them. Basically, we are just some basic income expense. All right, let's just choose emergency fund. And this one, oh, let's just click a wheel, uncategorized wheel, so we know what is uncategorized. This is great. So let's see. This one is also credit card payment. I think this one is. So they just credit card payment. You can see there. Chase. Auto pay. Like credit card auto pay, no matter which card. Okay, so we can match more. So we can also verify it matched. This is all credit card payment basically. Okay, so we can just apply this. All of them, basically, all of them. All the this is also transfer. Transfer emergency fund. Yeah, this is another emergency fund, and this one is also same thing, auto pay. Why this one is not captured? It should be credit card payment. Credit card payment. This is CD auto pay. I think I'll do actually. Oh, it's auto pay payment. All right, so we're gonna save this as well. As you can see now, we actually saved a couple of rules. For the credit card payment, no matter it's auto pay payment or it's credit card auto pay, include these keywords, they'll go to credit card payments. If the transaction name contains Tesla, we categorize the category as transportation. Now, let's just go back to the transaction. For uncategorized current months, I 0, but doesn't mean we categorize all of them. So let's just look at the current year. We still have a lot of work to do. So let's just like look at them. Apple Card, which is Apple Card payment as well. So basically this one is, you know, assuming we are tracking Apple Card as well. But if it's not, then it becomes your expense. But if you have a card, it's in here that which tracks all the expenses already. You need to track this as transfer. So just make sure the concept, because you don't want to double counting them, right? If one of your account already tracked all the expenses going out, for this one, it should be it should be transferred. But if I don't have Apple Card connected, so this one is basically all my Apple Card expense. It should be expense. So for this expense, let me just like to see if I have any. I just like, you know, make this one as, it's called Apple Card. I can just call it Apple. Put it in the root. Apple Card, is it fixed? No, it's not recurring, something I have to, right? It's like my credit card changed, so it should be under flex. Under flex, and let me save it. So now, do I need a rule? Yes. For Apple Card, everything, I want to categorize them as Apple. All right, great. So this one is taken care. Let's do the next. Credit dividend is basically an income from, it's not paycheck. It's not side hustle. It's saving interest. Interest. So let's just add a new one. It's called interest earning, right? So I earn this interest. And this one is in income. Okay, I just put it under the root. Save under the root. Sorry. So we create a rule for this as well. Interest credit, all the credit dividend go to interest. I save and apply this 12. It's a lot of work, but it's also really fun to go through things and, you know, put them in the right category. Now let's see. Costco. This is a Costco card, I believe. It's also Costco. Oh, actually, this is a Costco reward. So this is income as well. Thanks for Costco cashback. So this is got income. It is interest. It's reward. Should I add a new more? Okay, let me add a new one. I want to see. I forgot to pick one icon for my interest category, but I can pick icon for rewards. Can I do the rewards? Come on, give me a better icon. Maybe something make me happy because it's rewards. Okay. All right. Rewards. Okay, so this one goes to the income as well because this is my rewards. Go to the root, save. And for all this Costco reward thing, cash rewards, Costco cash rewards. I have 3 of them, 4 of them. I don't need a merchant match, so add same thing basically. Apply. Great. The scroll bar becomes seeker, means more transactions get categorized. Let's see if I can have more. So this is a Wells Fargo. What is this? Withdrawal. It's cash withdrawal, and this one is basically deposit check. It's a transfer, some money from somewhere else. So let's just still put it in emergency fund. And this one, let's say mobile depository. It's some of my external, like, money. and I want to categorize all of them as emergency fund because this is my saving. I mean, you can give it a different name basically. So let's do this. If you're not very sure, actually, you can change that later. I mean, yeah, change the rule or whatever. So now let's see, deposit, transfer, all these are transfers. So transfer, they are transfer already. So transfer, let's say house fund, $10,000 house fund. Is this? Oh yeah. So let's just do this house fund saving. Transfer from some places to another place. Some card from and from some other card. So basically, no matter from where it's deposit transfer, so it's transfer. I calculate all of them. Please make this list shorter. I think it's going to be shorter. All right. So Wells Fargo, credit card payment. This is credit card payment. Everything I wanted to place a rule because it's basically card. No matter it's Wells Fargo or not, right? Actually, every bank it gives you a very special name. So whatever, save it. And this is a withdrawal. Some money is cash withdrawal. I think I can put it as expense as flex expense by like gift others. Yeah, because I really cannot tell like you withdraw cash for what purpose, right? It's just like free use maybe. So let's just say P2P withdrawal. Not descriptive. I'll actually have some notes there. So let's just like put all this like money draw. Actually, this is education. It is expense, yeah. But anyways, I put it as others for now. Later we can put the notes for this so we can all tag. For example, like my kids' piano lessons, they always like receive check, and the check basically goes through in this way and transfer out. So they are expense. I want to do all the P2P transfer, which is like, like expenses on check. So let's just like save in the cover. By the way, here you can, if you want to apply this rule to specific time window, you can basically just like turn this off and say, hey, this rule is only apply to some time to another time. Otherwise, it's applied to all the transactions along all the history. So this is something, and you can verify if this rule is actually correct or not. As you can see here, this is withdrawal. Some of them are actually all of them all make sense. It's all like check payment. So now let's do save and apply everything. Oh, let's see. Oh, nice. The list becomes so small now. Okay, withdraw transfer is also transfer because it's basically I just moving, money between accounts. So it's transfer house funds, and I want to create this rule as well. Transfer, no matter it's it's transfer in or transfer to, it's going to the same thing. Same thing for this. Some of them name is really weird, it's even no any other enough information for you to identify. So if you make it wrong in calculator, but basically these are all withdrawal. It's house fund. This is fidelity. It's fidelity transfer. This is income. It's hard to say. I didn't connect my fidelity here, so I have to count it as income, which is basically my investment income, right? So I put it for the interest for now. So everything comes from, let's say, This is not payment. Seriously? I was categorized this one. I categorized something different. Anyways, so this one is basically all the depository from. I want to remove this, and I want to make sure this is like money line. It's basically transfer. So in the future, everything will be categorized into as interest. Great job. I think I finished all my categorizations now, and let's take a look all time now if I have anything uncovered. So now I indeed have some more, but for the current year, everything is categorized. That means I can go back to my metric for the current year to see if it makes more sense. First, I can check my categories to see if the numbers looks better. So now you can see here, I have the current year, all the category get categorized. As you can see here, actually, I think the utility with this transportation probably makes a lot of sense now. So let's just do these two, okay? Utility. As you can see, this is my utility payment every month. Versus my transportation utility. Basically, I pay my gas utility at home, electricity, versus all the Wi-Fi, versus how much I spend on the car. Like transportation, including the car finance, car charge or car gas, so I wanted to see these two compare. So now I have we have better ideas now. So let's come back here, close this, open this one, expand the formula. I want to see utility, right? I want to see this one. It's utility. Now I'm more confident to say utility expense. And this one, so I will just like remove everything. Remove everything. Actually, I can just remove everything. Just one more time. And then for the second metric, I want to see the transportation. Transportation, right? So for the transportations, I want just to select transportation. Search transportation. Okay, great. Now you should be able to see the numbers for both of them. I'm looking at the B, which is transportations now. And if I do A, I want to check is it doing right. So I want to do A divided by B as my ratio, which is a number, not a dollar. So I can just change it here as percentage. As you can see here, my utility, per transportation ratio actually changes a lot, especially in the February. What did it mean? What does it mean? Let's just put it in as time goes, right? So let's just change it to the bar. I think it looks a little bit better now. Line actually is so fine. Okay, good. So let's see. Let's try to understand this now. My transportation expense and my utility expense, the ratio becomes lower and lower. What? Oh, actually here. Sorry, utility to transportation now. Transportation, because my phone bill actually was paid by another card. It's not in this account. So okay, now let's look at this number. Why this is like ratio is so big? Because I don't have a lot of transportations in January and February. I didn't pay much in this 2 months. So and later you can see the numbers just keep going down. Of course, we haven't hit the end year yet, so there's no number for that. So just let's do till today. How about that? It's great. Till today in October, it actually goes up a lot. Means utility goes up. Do you know why? I'm telling you why. Utility in January, February is because we turn on the heater at home a lot. you know what I mean? We turn on the heater continuously every day, so and we drive less in the winter. And you can see the trend goes up now because now it's October. Next month it's going up even further. Is it interesting? This is your real life, and from the number, the ratios, you can clearly tell. Um, you can clearly tell, what is changing in your life, basically. I mean, this is just one example. You can come up with a lot of interesting stuff using a new block and project it in your tracking page. It's a long video. I hope you learn something. You learn how to master the tool in an efficient way. Bye for now. Like I said, I'm going to put up a list of videos to teach you how to efficiently using Fina to tracking your personalized metric. And I know that I spend a lot of time in the middle to how to categorize, because that's also very essential. So hopefully that's something useful as well. We're going to create a playlist. So subscribe. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel and get notified if we have new tutorial or scenario planning kind of like video to upload it in the future. Thank you so much. Bye for now.